right, we just got back from pop-up camping in the rain and in the cold. And I thought I'd put together a little tips for pop-up camping in the cold. Now I'm going old school. I just wrote down these notes because we just got back from pop-up camping and I got to get this thing put away. So we just got back from Squid. It's the end of October. And last night it was 38 degrees outside in our little camper, pop-up camper. We only got up to about 50 degrees, but we actually did okay. We have a 7-month-old, and we got a couple young kiddos, and a couple of young kiddos, so 3 kiddos total, and we actually survived. And so here's a couple tips. Number one is you need some heat. That's pretty self-explanatory. So a lot of people have propane heaters that are already built into their pop-up. We don't have a propane heater already built in, so we actually use an electric heater, and we got it from Costco. I mentioned that in my last video. And I think it was like $80 to $100, but it's great. It tells you the temperature, and also if it tips over, it automatically goes off, and so it's really safe. And we actually would turn it on, especially right before we were about ready to go to bed, so that it was already heating up the pop-up, and so we were able to get in, and it was actually pretty nice. So that is tip number one. Number two is we use sleeping bags and tons of blankets. So you're cuddled up in your sleeping bag, you got blankets on top of you. It's really warm. As a little bonus, I heard this from somebody else, we want to try it out, is to get an electric heater blanket. And so what you do is you plug in your heater blanket, put it on top of your mattress before you hop into bed, about an hour or two before, kind of like the electric heater, and then you pop on in and boom, you got a nice warm bed. So those are just little tips to kind of get you through the night. So that's tip number two, is sleeping bag and blankets. Blankets are especially good for kiddos, and just it's nice to have a nice blanket on top of you. Number three is wear layers. Okay, I've got my beanie still on. You can see right now I've got 2 layers on. I had a zip up on top of this, and I had a jacket, and I was still a little cold. I even have my pants that are water resistant. They've also got some nice lining inside. I got my wool socks on. With our kiddos, we had layers. My wife had layers on, and so make sure to wear layers. And really wear like winter stuff. So we forgot winter gloves. We'll probably bring those next time if we go out in the cold. But make sure to layer, because it's gonna be cold and then you're gonna be warm. Once the sun came up, it started to warm up. We took layers off, but in the middle of the night, it was near freezing, right? 38 degrees, all right? So number three is layer up. And then number four, this is my favorite. This surprises everyone. Everyone we go pop-up camping with, everyone we go camping with, this is one where they go, no way. They have no clue what a bonus this is. And that is a propane fire pit, okay? I know some of you out there you're like the naturalist. You're like, I gotta burn my fire. I get that. I like firewood. I like doing my fire. But like this past summer, especially, we had a burn ban where we live, and so we couldn't actually burn firewood. Now you have to get firewood from the location where you're actually camping at, so it can get kind of pricey. And yet a propane fire pit, it's instant. Okay, so when I wake up in the morning and I go get my cup of coffee and I sit out there with my youngest as he's already awake, my 7-month-old, man, I got the propane fire pit going right from the get-go. Also, no smoke. That's huge. You don't smell like smoke. The smoke's not shifting with the wind. People aren't having to move their chairs. And you can use it anytime, any place you go to. There's never a ban on propane because it's controlled, and so you get all those benefits. The one downside, this is my wife speaking, is that s'mores don't taste as good on propane, right? It just doesn't get the right melt. So if you're a s'mores person and you're a diehard, I get it. But the propane fire pit, people we went with just recently, they were like, this is way better. I mean, we just gather around there half the time just because the fire pit's going. Propane's not too expensive, and so we were able to really enjoy that. Now, another bonus, something we want to try out, is Reflectex. So it's this kind of shiny material that you can put on your bed ends, and so that it also keeps in the heat, and also then when it's really hot outside, it actually keeps the camper a little cooler. So it's a little expensive, so we're not gonna get that yet, but next summer when we go camping, we're gonna bring our portable AC unit. We'll do a little video on that so you can kind of check that out, and we might get some Reflectex and just kind of see what it's like. So I hope these were helpful. If you got a pop-up camper, don't be nervous about going out in the cold. It's probably our last trip of the year, honestly, with young kiddos. But it was doable. If you layer up, if you've got blankets, if you got the electric heat, if you got the propane fire pit, you just got to have those things in place, and then you can actually really enjoy it. Even the place we went to, the bathroom was nice, man. It was warm in there. I could have slept in that bathroom, but we didn't sleep in the bathroom. Yeah, we survived. I mean, we were up a couple times in the night, but we did what we could. So hope this was helpful. Number 1, heat. Number 2, sleeping bag and blankets. Number 3, wear, layers. That's a huge one. And number 4, portable fire pit. We bought ours from Cabela's. I think it's about an 18-inch. And we love it. We use it at home. We use it when we're camping. We're using it for Halloween tomorrow night when we're having people over, just having our front driveway. So there's so many ways you can use it, and it's awesome. So hope you get out there. Hope you pop up camp. This is our last pop-up trip for the year. We'll hopefully get back out next year, Memorial Day, and it's fun doing little videos. If you are encouraged, you got comments, put some comments below. I'd love to interact with you, and I'm just having fun with this. All right, thanks so much. And I guess my name is the Pop-Up Pastor. I don't know, that's what my sister-in-law said I should name myself. So I'm the Pop-Up Pastor. See ya next time.